Hello and welcome everybody to another cast in Alchemy League Season 5. I am TechChariot and I will be narrating the Age of Empires 2 gameplay that you're going to witness over the next couple of hours. Alchemy League Season 5, in case you couldn't tell from the opening slideshow, is space themed. Not science fiction space, but just space in general. So we've got all kinds of maps that are space themed that are available to the players. Today we're going to be looking at two sets, as always. They are Play All 2, and all of our players are in these sets are pretty much 1800 to 2K in skill level. So a rather similar skill level here. But what I try to do is I try to pick diverse players and I try to pick diverse maps. So we're going to have a different map every game, and we'll have we won't have any repeat of players throughout the sets. So our first set that we're going to look at is Chanchilaru versus Haro, and our second set is Hyder versus Yosoi Pacho. What can I tell you about these players? Well, before we get too much into the draft, I'll bring up their skill levels here. So Chanchilaru, 1976, Haru 1840. So Haru an underdog here. And then Hyder is here, 1751. Oops. 1746 for Hyder. And then Yosoi Pacho is 1634. So actually these guys are a little bit lower than I was thinking. So we'll do Haro versus Chanchilaru first. So 16 to mid 1700s, and then 1840 to 1957. So, but still up there, pretty good players nevertheless. So, what do I know about these players? I don't know much about Yosoi Pacho. He's from Colombia. I believe that this is his first season in the league. In fact, I know that it's his first season in the league. Hyder is a standard. He's been here ever since Season 1. He even played in the King of Ireland tournament. He is an Italian player, and he loves crazy custom maps. And he helps us out a lot with casting, which is why I tend to cast his games more often, because he feels that it's awkward to cast himself. But also it's nice to see your games casted, so I try to reward people that help the community out. Haro, he is from Bosnia and Herzegovina. And he is a skilled player from Anvil. Anvil is Cruzini's clan, and there's lots of really interesting personalities in that clan. They love crazy maps and settings too, which is fitting because they're very often guinea pigs for Cruzini's creations. And then Chanchilaru, don't know much about him, but he's played in the last season of the league, and he did very well. Very skilled player. He's from Chile. So, but I don't really know much about his clan or anything like that, or anything about him personally or other tournaments that he's played in. I just know that he's good at this. He played in the Alaska-themed season of Alchemy League, and he did really well. So, Haru is definitely up for a challenge here. And then Yosoi Pacho versus Hyder, who knows how that's going to go. So, having introduced the players and their skills and what we can sort of expect from them in terms of the level of play, we'll note that the map of the round for round 7, when Chanchilaru and Haru played, was Asteroid Belt, and then they took turns discarding maps until only Jupiter and Singularity remained, and then the draft randomly picked Singularity as their Game 2 map. So Hyder and Yosoi Pacho played their round 8 set already, and the map of the round for round 8 is Cataclysm. And so Hyder had to pick it, and then they took turns discarding maps until only Syzygy and Neptune... No, actually, Hyder banned Syzygy. That's weird. Would have thought Hyder would have wanted to keep Syzygy because he loves crazy maps. Well, alright. So they took turns banning maps until only Asteroid Belt and Neptune remained, and then the draft randomly gave them Neptune. So we'll get to see 4 different maps from these players today. Let's take a look at what civilizations are available. The draft randomly bans 5 civilizations just at the start. And then each of the players globally bans 2 civilizations. And these bans so far are all global bans. And then I believe that it is pick 2, snipe, and then pick 2 more. So Chanchilleru having Berbers, Byzantines, and the Khmer as his available options, and Haru having the Hindustanis, the Lithuanians, and the Britons as his available options. I'm excited to see the Britons here. I hope that they get played today, considering that we don't really see a lot of Britons anymore. I'm not really sure what it is. I don't know if archers are just not good anymore or what the deal is. But hopefully we see some Britain action. It'd be cool to see some Byzantines in action too, as always, of course. And then the draft for Hyder and Yosoi Pacho. Hyder's got the Goths, the Koreans, and the Lithuanians. Love it. So he's got his man-at-arms, his towers, and his cavalry all covered. And Yosoi Pacho looks like he's leaned more so into archer civilizations, although he might have some good infantry and naval options as well. Navy is always a good option to have so far in Alchemy League because we have a lot of hybrid maps. It was either Alaska, which is like tons of water everywhere, whether it's the coastline or glaciers or big lakes, rivers, whatever. And then space, of course, water is representative of area that ships can travel through, but they're spaceships. So the planets will be perfectly round and they'll be surrounded by water, that sort of thing. Alright, so having talked about the drafts, let's go into the first game. So the first game, we'll uncheck this fog of war here, and yes, we're going to get it. Haru is playing on the left-hand side, and he is the Red Britons. And Chanchilleru is the Blue Khmer. So this map is Asteroid Belt. And Asteroid Belt, basically, you kind of start on this little miniature island sort of thing. Looks like there's a foundation here for Chanchilleru that got deleted. That's somewhat unfortunate. So he's down a couple of wood. Oh, you know what? I bet he built his house here and then changed his mind because there was a wood line there. I bet that's what happened. So that is unfortunate for Chanchilleru. The good news is they're stragglers, so he can chop this and recover a little bit of wood. In that case, we can see Chanchilleru is pushing in his ostrich. So what's the play on this map? Well, some people really like to go fish on this map. Some people regard it as not worth their time. The asteroid field's got all kinds of like elevated areas. It's got like these little asteroids just kind of clanking around up here. You can get through here with Navy, but it's not the most agreeable situation to navigate. But the real prize is this big planet right here that the asteroid belt is circling. And this planet has generally big forests and maybe a few scattered golds and a few forage bushes. It's kind of lush, but for the most part, actually, the gold and stone are on these asteroids out here. So if you control water, you control the late game gold, but if you control this, you really control the late game wood. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here. I'm not really sure about how this game is going to go. I only know that I need to change over the overlay. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Alright, there we go. So now you guys can actually see the game instead of looking at me, and I can pick my nose. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But I would like to talk about the game. I feel like I touch my face a lot. I don't know. It's just Newcaster jitters, I suppose. Actually, I'm not really that new to it. I'm just inexperienced. Not new, just inexperienced. So, Chanchilleru, he deleted the house, but then he decided to take this one over here. I guess it makes sense. There's another wood line close by. So we've seen players go like fire ships, and we've seen people go longboats. We've seen people be really aggressive with ships and towers and fight a naval battle, even though there's not really much to fight over out here. It's about the map control. We saw Neos in the past go fishing and like go for these fish, but it's pretty inefficient because you generally can't get a very close dock. And any dock that you can get that's close to fish deposits, particularly this one, like, there's something over here and there's something over here, but like apart from that, there's not really a lot of fish on this map at all. Because these ones are box turtles. So let's talk about the civilization matchup now. Not really considering the map at all. If we forget about the map and we don't really care about the map, what would these two civilizations do against each other on Arabia? Well, I think if we were seeing a game on Arabia, we would see the Britons go archers. Surprise, surprise. They love going archers. They go archers every single time. So that's pretty well figured out, the Britons, I think. I've seen the Britons maybe go like man-at-arms into archers, or straight archers, or one-range archers into fast castle, but it's always something about archers. They just have fantastic archers. I once did a man-at-arms towers rush as Britons, and I never went archers. I built only keeps, and my opponent was very surprised. I don't think I won the game, but he was very surprised that I never made a single archer. And we see Haro, and he is already building a barracks, and he really wants to get this barracks up too. He's sending 3 villagers to build it. So I think Haro is going to maybe attempt some kind of drush. He's got 4 villagers on this lumber camp, and he's sending 1 villager out to take a gold, but he's not building a mining camp yet. So I predict that this is going to be a drush fast castle from Haro. What do the Khmers do? So maybe drush fast castle into those Britain megatown center booms on this island. Maybe that's what Haro's going for, and then he's going to go archers later. Maybe he feels like if he goes fast castle and he gets enough town centers on this island, it'll be hard for his opponent to hurt him, even if his opponent dominates water. And Haro needs to really do something. He needs to try something here. He cannot play meta. Chonchilaru is, not only is Chonchilaru very good at Alchemy League settings, but he's also like at least 150 elo advantage over Haro. So Haro, he can't afford to play safe, in my opinion. He's got to try something different. He's got to get Chonchilaru out of his comfort zone. If this Photon man's not careful, he's going to be out of his comfort zone. They are both on their way up to the feudal age, though. Chonchilaru even faster. Chonchilaru does not need to build any buildings as prerequisites. He is the Khmer, so he can basically put everything on food and just focus on the bare resources that he needs. We see that Chonchilaru looks like they had a little lag, and he's building a stable. So he is doing a Lightning Scouts build. Probably Chonchilaru believes, as Haro's militia for the Drush are coming out across the map, probably Chonchilaru believes that it will be some kind of fast castle, perhaps, or he wants to catch those villagers out in the open. He wants to catch his opponent with his britches down, so to speak. But Haro hasn't gone out yet. Now he's building an archery range. So he's actually doing some kind of drush into archers, it looks like. Maybe he's doing man-at-arms. Let's take a look and see. We do indeed see that the man-at-arms technology is coming in. So I got Haro completely wrong. He's doing a man-at-arms push. Now, man-at-arms, they're actually pretty decent against scouts. And working with this Photon Man, which starts off with 1 melee armor, I think man-at-arms can actually be pretty good. Now, the man-at-arms are in on the wood line. Oh, no, that is not good for Chonchilaru at all. He's got to get out of there. He might lose this villager, though. He does. Haro managing to kill the villager. He loses his scout, and he takes a healthy amount of damage. Not a healthy, but an unhealthy amount of damage off from the man-at-arms. But Chonchilaru is not happy. He lost a villager, he lost that house foundation, and he lost a wood line. So now Haro is going to probably just focus down this lumber camp. I believe that this man-at-arms brush was justified. I think this is supposed to be a lumber camp. No, it's a house. He needs that house. So he's house. So Chonchilaru is kind of surprised here. Not really expecting this level of aggression from Haro, I feel. And he's just kind of patiently waiting to get enough scouts to take a fight here. In equal numbers, it comes down to whoever has the better micro. But remember, guys, that Haro's man-at-arms are a little bit injured. And so I think that these man-at-arms are about to get cleared up. Yeah, I mean, Chonchilaru microing so that he can attack downhill, but, he doesn't really need to. At this point, the offensive is destroyed. Haro has done his damage. Haro has a few archers and a spearman, and it looks like he's done some sort of small wall thing in on his wood line, just to prevent his opponent from getting in there. He's got super small walls, and this is basically all the wood that he's going to take until Castle Age. I don't think he's going to expand anywhere else. I think he's going to go up to Castle, and then he's actually going to build a town center. That's sort of my prediction here. And Haro has a few basic Briton archers and spearmen to chase off Chonchilaru's scouts, so Chonchilaru not really getting value in that. We note that neither player has docked. What is this, though? Chonchilaru knows that he has map control, so he's sending 3 villagers and a pig out to the mainland. And I guess Chonchilaru's plan is, might as well. He's got the map control. Why wait? He's going to build his lumber camp over here. So he's got his old lumber camp that he liberated. Haro is back, though. Haro going on the offensive, forcing Chonchilaru off of these berries. Meanwhile, Chonchilaru looking for damage on Haro. Maybe it's because Haro feels pretty well walled up, like he feels like he can send his military on the offensive, doesn't really need it to protect his town, everything's walled, so, you know, he feels pretty safe, and then that's why we see this here. So Chanchillery will probably have to bring his military back because Chanchillery's villagers are not as well protected. To be fair, it's harder for Chanchillery to wall against what Haro is doing because Haro is making archers. So it doesn't look like Haro is anywhere close to the Castle Age. Chanchillery nowhere near the Castle Age either. Haro just wants to finish up these walls and keep these scouts out of here. The scouts might dive the town center. Oh, yep, but Haro with a quick wall. And one scout goes down to town center, arrow fire. Chanchillery has to withdraw. So Chanchillery not really getting the damage in that he wants, but he does have an eye on Haro, and he does mostly have map control, although I will say Haro is being pretty annoying over here, trying to finish off this mining camp, or sorry, this lumber camp, and he might succeed. It's got 13 health left. He really wants to destroy it, and if he destroyed it, that would hurt Chanchillery a little bit, I think. Although Chanchillery has a robust wood line now with 12 villagers on wood, so Chanchillery used the scouts to take a little bit of map control and slip out here before Haro could do anything. The pig is just for scouting purposes, so if we look at the Fog of War, Chanchillery is probably interested in how Haro can access this area. And we might, yeah, you can see the waypoints. So Chanchillery wants to know where the gap in the forest is that Haro would travel through in order to get up here. And then he'll probably wall it off once he figures it out. So keep an eye on that Chanchillery is scouting this with his pig. That's actually pretty smart of Chanchillery to save this pig for that scouting reason, considering how scant food is on the map. Now Haro, though, is going to take his army and he's going to come up this way, and he's going to send his other army up here too. And Chanchillery, I think, maybe underestimating Haro. He's going to build a house here to garrison some villagers in, since he's the Khmer. He fights a little bit. He's building a couple houses, and he's sending some forces in to help reinforce his villagers and yeah, getting caught with his pants down right here as well. Haro not wanting to fight the skirmishers, but again, another few villagers go down over here because I think Chanchillery underestimated Haro, and he didn't wall this off properly in time. So Chanchillery sending his scouts back. Now he's going to finish these archers off. He's kind of got them surrounded here, so those archers will go down. And Haro has left an army here as well. Haro with the score lead, and he's the one that's actually gotten villager kills here. I haven't seen a single villager kill from Chanchillery. But I was wrong about Haro again. He's also going to take wood here. He's not ready to click up yet. At least he doesn't look ready. Let's see. Yeah, he's still making archers. So very, very feudal aggressive map this map is. Which makes sense. I mean, it's pretty open. It's pretty open, but it's been a joy to cast, actually, some of the things that people come up with on this map. It's fun times. It's very fun times. Alright, so Chanchillery has invested a lot. Haro capturing Chanchillery's pig. He's like, I'll take that. My villagers will sop up that pig in a matter of seconds because he's Britons. But, you know, something. It's 100 food right there. So he's got a sprawling farming economy. He's built another mining camp, and he's really just kind of focused on securing and defending his base. And Chanchillery is the one that's settled this island quickly. He's got the skirmishers to defend it. So let's take a look at their villager counts here. Maybe I can click on this banner here so we can see that Haro has 41 villagers and Chanchillery has 37. And I think these guys are at the point where, you know, Chanchillery may have had a little bit of idle time because he was housed earlier. But I think some of it, too, has just been economic disruption. So I don't think that Haro has quite gotten 3 villager kills over Chanchillery. Haro is on his way up to the next stage. That is a big deal, though. So Chanchillery is going to close that villager gap because Chanchillery is not advancing yet. But when Chanchillery does click up, the gap will expand again. Haro actually building another archery range, which shouldn't surprise me given how open and aggressive this map is. But I thought surely Haro would want to colonize this island. But I guess not. I guess he wants to double down on the archers. He's got 2 ranges. He's going to wall this up too. He's going to try to keep Chanchillery from hurting him. And he's going to upgrade to Britain crossbowman, and then Chanchiller is going to be in big trouble, because Hero could pretty much stand anywhere around here and completely deny all of this economy. And that's probably what his plan is. So Chanchiller has clicked up to the next age as well. But Hero is going to have, I think, about a minute ahead. About a minute over Chanchiller. And that minute could make the difference here. We'll have to see, to pay attention. I don't know why Hero isn't moving out across the map yet. He probably doesn't think that Chanchiller is up yet. Oh, okay, I see. So he's actually not going to pressure Chanchiller's home base. Looks like he's coming up here to pressure Chanchiller's lumber camp. So Castle Age in for Hero. We're probably going to see crossbow, and we're going to see bodkin, crossbow, and bowsaw. Pretty much the three most important technologies that Hero can research right now. Chanchiller, if he's paying attention, would have spotted that. And Chanchiller, not taking any chances, building himself a tower. He knows. And Chanchiller is close to 2K player, so like he's going to make a good decision like that. So he sees these coming with his photon man. He's like, all right, I'm not messing around. I need my tower. So Hero forcing down a tower, which is a good win for Hero. He's going to try to get some villager pickoffs too. These crossbows do have pretty good range, but it's going to be hard for Hero because there is a tower here. Would have been Chanchiller is like, I'm not making the same mistake again. Hero does manage to pick off a villager. He might get another. He's very interested in diving in here, but he's got to run. He's taking too much damage, and Chanchiller is in the Castle Age now. I don't think Chanchiller has the resources for knights. Let's see. He's actually going to go into Elite Skirman set. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I almost feel like he's better off with knights, but maybe he feels like he doesn't have the economy for it. Okay, he is going to make a few knights. If it's just a few crossbowmen, it could make sense. These villagers going down. The Britain range is just obnoxious here. And Chanchiller basically has to rotate these villagers onto the opposite side of the town center to avoid the crossbowmen. This market's going to go down as well, and we're probably going to see Chanchiller put down a town center as well, although this particular version of the planet looks rather hilly, so it could be hard to build a town center here. Villager goes down for Chanchiller. He's got to garrison his town center. Is he going to save that villager? He does. Let's check the overall villager count. Hero with a 10 villager lead over Chanchiller. So Chanchiller is going to take this little fight over here first. There's only 2 archers, but then he sees the rest and he has to go. So now the Great Exodus figures he's going to try to pull these villagers out to his main base. Okay, he's building a town center here. This town center, it's not as useful as it looks, I think, because Hero could just stand here along the coastline and pick on some villagers that are chopping here. But it does kind of close this corridor off. And he could potentially build another lumber camp back here, maybe wall this off, maybe wall this off. And he could actually have kind of a safe pocket of villagers here. But he's pretty much had to abandon his base. And Hero doesn't spot it because Hero has slow military, relatively speaking. Chanchiller has made the more mobile units so far. But Chanchiller is... I think he's really going to be happy that he moved all these villagers, because I have a feeling that these villagers are not going to last much longer on this asteroid. In fact, I would not be surprised if we saw a villager coming forward from Hero to build a siege workshop at any moment. Hero still, kind of carefully taking the wood, taking the gold. He's got his cute little town here, but surely he must know that he's on the offensive. Actually, Hero somehow slipped in here, and Chanchiller doesn't notice it. And he's building a town center of his own as well, so we'll probably see Chanchiller maybe drop a castle or build a siege workshop if he knows about it. Chanchiller is going to see it now. He's going to see this house. I think that these farms are just a visual bug. I don't think Chanchiller can see that. And he's going to add a town center here. While Hero is savaging his original starting town here. Sure, the skirmishers are annoying, but I don't think Chanchiller wants to take a direct fight. Where's Hero going, though? I think that Hero maybe knows about... What is Hero's knowledge? Actually, he doesn't know about this town center here. Just kind of going around looking for damage. And he doesn't know about the town center here either. But he's still building a siege workshop anyway, probably because he intends to roll up this way with a ram and and pressure that area. Now he sees Chanchillaru's raid come in, so he garrisons his town center and sends it out. And Haro wants to come over here too, but I don't think there's an opening here, so he might be able to build a mill and take some berries or something. But both players trying to migrate. With Chanchillaru has a little bit of an advantage in the migration because he's got 2 town centers to Haro's 1, and I think he's got space to build another town center potentially back here. Maybe not, though. This might be all the town centers that we ever see, which is okay. I'm fine with that. I like limited town centers. I think it's kind of more fun that way. So Mangonel out for Haro. So the plan is the Mangonel is going to flatten the skirmishers. It's what's going to help him deal with so many skirmishers. Now he's got to be careful of these knights here. These knights will gladly sacrifice themselves to get the Mangonel. Look at them. There they are. They're like, we don't want these Mangonels. And Haro actually walling his own Mangonel out. So Chanchillaru targeting this Mangonel, but does not quite get it. And he meant to run down that Mangonel with his villagers, but a couple of effective attack grounds from Haro, and Chanchillaru is on the back foot here. Chanchillaru's been making good decisions, but he just can't keep up with the Briton archers here. I think he was a little caught off guard by the impact of archers on his ability to maintain a stable economy at home. Now the good news for Chanchillaru is that Haro is not mobile, so Chanchillaru can come out here and he can take this stone without too much worry. And he's going to need that stone because he's rushing down this castle to help him defend his base. Garrison's in the town center to rain some arrows upon the crossbowmen. This town center is going to go down, but when this castle goes up, it will prevent Haro from town centering this area, and it will stop Haro's advance. Although I think Haro could probably slip past this way. So actually, I think this has turned out to be a really interesting game so far. I'm very glad that I've cast it because this is the most action I've seen on the mainland. Usually somebody just goes ships and just stomps their opponent. But I actually think that there's not a lot of fish to even justify going ships. Like, I don't even know if it was random chance that they didn't go ships. There's just not enough fish here. I think even players that might like to go fish probably still wouldn't have gone fish here. So Haro can't really advance in this direction very well, so he's just going to build his castle here on this mangrove area. And I guess he's going to try to loop around this way and pressure his opponent, although he is housed. Somehow Haro, even though he's only on 2 town centers, somehow Haro has 92 villagers. Don't ask me how. He's very good at booming. He has excellent macro. And Chanchillaru is only at 70 villagers, but that kind of makes sense because Haro's been picking on Chanchillaru with those annoying Briton crossbows all game. So Chanchillaru are going to build another castle here, and the battle lines are being drawn. And Chanchillaru is going to have to hope that he's up to Imperial Age before Haro. Ooh! So those skirmishers are flattened by some mangonel fire. Luckily, this castle, for Haro, for Chanchillaru, this castle's already gone up. And this will help him secure this gold. And now he's making ballista elephants, which I love. I think this is a fantastic play. And this explains the Khmer here. So Chanchillaru knows that the ballista elephants can cut through the trees. And his opponent is happy taking resources back here. I bet you that Chanchillaru is going to use the ballista elephants to cut through these trees and be super annoying against his opponent's resource collection here. Or destroy the trees that are on his opponent's side. Either way, that'll be very annoying for his opponent to deal with. I also think that Chanchillaru has somewhat of an opportunity to maybe go demolition ships here. Really, both players do. And he could get some big blasts on these crossbowmen. And Briton crossbowmen, they might have great range, but you got 3 really fast demolition ships moving toward him, and there's not much they can do. So Chanchillaru coming out here, he's taking these minerals and this gold. Haro doesn't know about it. If Haro did know about it, that would be pretty bad. Now, Chanchillaru's going to have to be careful here. I mean, he's got the ballista elephants. They don't have the best range, but they do have really good splash and pierce-through attack. And he's going to be able to get some good value. I mean, the mangonels are very damaging against the ballista elephants, so he's got to be careful. But the good news is that these ballista elephants are useful against the Britons in this context. He's just got to be careful about these mangonels. Unfortunately for Chanchillaru, though, Haro is on his way up to the Imperial Age. So I don't see Chanchillaru clicking anytime soon. The ballista elephants require food. and he's got 2 castles making them. Well, he had 2 castles making them. He may have decided not to make them anymore. Just not a lot of farming space left. I guess he's thrown down a bunch of farms around this town center. But he can't really farm here anymore. Alright, here he gallops in with the knights, trying to pick off some mangonels. And I think this fight is going to go really well for Chanchilaru, actually. He's got to be careful not to take too much damage from the mangonels, but he's actually going to clear this up. That's actually a huge win for Chanchilaru. He needed this. That army in the Imperial Age would have been GG, I think, for Chanchilaru. So that's a good win for Chanchilaru. He needs food, though. He needs to get up to the Imperial Age. Haro is almost there. And I think we see that Chanchilaru buying a little bit of food. Oh, no, no, Chanchilaru, not more ballista elephants. Alright, well, he doesn't know, but he'll see Haro hit Imperial Age, and I bet that he will do some market shenanigans to click up himself. I think he'll actually be very surprised. Haro making another castle here to secure his original economy. He's actually built another town center. He's actually built... Holy town centers. Holy town centers. Haro just loves to boom. What can I say? He's got town centers everywhere. He's got this forward town center taking stone. So now Chanchilaru sees that his opponent's Imperial Age. And what's the plan? Well, Haro is going to do all that stuff. He's going to make pikemen. He's going to get the range upgrades. And it looks like he's making another mangonel too. I don't know. Does Haro go longbows here? Does Haro want to go longbows? Does he have the room for it? Trebuchets are certainly in the cards. He'll probably roll a trebuchet forward right here and he'll start pressuring this castle. That's what I would do if I were him. I'm not him. He's a much better player than I am. Chanchilaru coming forward to do some damage. He's got the ballista elephants sniping the villager. And he's going to try to get in here. He's going to take down this gate. And Haro's got to relocate some of his economy. Now, Haro has very good macro, so I feel like it's hard to raid Haro and do lasting damage because he can, like, make villagers faster than you can kill villagers in some cases. But it helps, and there's not really anything else that Chanchilaru can do with that. Sure enough, Haro has rolled forward, and he's trebbing this castle, and he's actually kind of doing something clever here, too. Which I think Chanchilaru can actually see it, but he's too preoccupied. Yeah, he's too preoccupied. Haro is stonewalling these resources out because he doesn't want Chanchilaru to be able to get back here and take these resources. And he's actually got a pikeman back there, too, for whatever reason. Probably just his scout. Chanchilaru is still on the move looking for some damage. He destroys that villager. And, not quite destroying that one. Oh, he's running away from mangonels. Alright, that explains it. But he's in Haro's base. Haro is... Chanchilaru is actually over 100 villagers now. Haro is at 139 villagers. And he's getting all of the upgrades. Chanchilaru has sent these ballista elephants forward. No sign of Imperial Age yet from Chanchilaru. That is unfortunate. He is repairing this castle. This castle is uphill relative to the trebuchets, I think, so it's taking less damage. Haro getting onager so that he can cut a space in this forest for his trebuchets to move forward so he can put more trebuchets on this castle. And at that point, Chanchilaru, I think, abandons the castle once he realizes it's going to be trebbed by 3 different trebuchets. But what Chanchilaru should do is he should be making lots of houses right now because he's going to be housed as soon as his trebuchet goes down. And then Haro deciding to build a town center here because why not? He's walled this area in. It's a secure area. So luckily for Chanchilaru, he is on his way up to the Imperial Age. I don't know what his plan is. Okay, he's going into armor. So I think Chanchilaru is going to do Cavaliers. That is my guess. He's going to do Cavaliers. He's throwing down as many rice farms as he can. He's building up this area. This other castle is under attack. I actually don't think it has to be this way. Yeah, Chanchilaru is going to ungarrison those and attack this trebuchet. I think that's smart. This one, is kind of hard to get to, but this trebuchet here, he can whittle that down. I would encourage Chanchilaru, if I could speak to him through time and space, to repair this. There's no reason to lose this castle here, unless you don't have any stone and don't feel like buying any stone. I guess that's the only reason, but he's mega housed. He needs to build a bunch of houses. He's got a bunch of houses in queue. Okay, and he did buy some stone. He is repairing this, and he is going to take out the town center. So Haro is going longbows, you guys. He's going longbows. He's got longbows. He's got halberdier in the queue. So Haro is looking really good here. He did a lot of damage to Chanchilleru with that faster Imperial Age time. And he's got this Trebuchet push with another castle here. Chanchilleru reaches the Imperial Age. I think he was researching Imperial Age with this, with this town center, perhaps. Chanchilleru's starting town center goes down. He's hoping maybe that some kind of light cav or cavalier push will help him. Maybe he can use Hussar and he can Hussar raid his opponent. But, like, Haro is everywhere. So Chanchilleru with 119 villagers. Let's check Haro's villager count. Haro with 150 villagers. So he's just mega boomed here. He's rich. Haro coming forward with some crossbows. Hey, Cry, welcome. And he's picking up some of Chanchilleru's excess villagers here. Trebuchet's setting up to attack this castle. That castle is not going to be around for much longer. Haro getting chemistry. And I think that Chanchilleru is just about done here. He's making some Hussars, but the Britons have really punished him. Haro showing us how it's done as the Britons on this map. Since when did I cast in 720? What's that supposed to mean, Cry? You're saying that maybe the video quality could be increased? I could try that. I could try that. Okay, so here's Chanchilleru's last stand. He's coming with the Hussars. These onagers want a juicy hit on the Hussars. And he's got some ballista elephants here to help him with the Halb. The Hussars want to get around this Trebuchet. And Chanchilleru is going to get flattened, I think. Oof, yeah. 720p. I don't know that I can do any better, Cry. I could look into it. I think I tried doing better once, and then I had severe lag and frame rate issues. And Chanchilleru calls the GG. So, Haro with a decisive win as Britons on Asteroid Belt. Let's check the achievements. So Chanchilleru with 87 kills and 87 deaths. Oh, okay. But Haro, look at this, with way more buildings raised. Did a ton of damage, 34 to 2. And then Army, Haro with a much larger army economy. Haro's economy was bigger. He collected more food, wood, stone, and gold. Feudal Age. Chanchilleru was up there slightly faster, but Haro was faster to Castle Age and especially Imperial Age. This 7-minute difference right here really hurt Chanchilleru. Haro with 4 castles to Chanchilleru's 2. Neither player picked up any relics, and Haro mega boomed up to 154 villagers. Timeline, we can see that Chanchilleru could just never really get a good foothold. But overall, a pretty decisive and powerful game. So Haro taking a game off of Chanchilleru, who was very good at this. So that was impressive. Now we'll look at the next one. This is Singularity. Singularity was made by Zetnus for Alchemy League Season 5. It's supposed to be a black hole. Now you've got this area out here, which are these mangrove shallow areas, and you can build on this. It's amphibious terrain. There's occasional shorefish, but you can't sail across this ice. Chanchilleru finding his geese. So, but there are a lot of neutral golds and stuff. So we've seen players sometimes dock this, and sometimes go aggressive navy in the late game. I mean, there's 2 different sides that you can be on of sorts. Sometimes the players, in fact, usually the players like to dock out here and just take the deep fish. So this map is kind of like our Black Forest map, I think. I don't think it's that aggressive of a map. I think it's a map that players are pretty comfortable with. So let's talk about the civilizations then. We've got Haro playing as the blue Hindustanis, and we've got Chanchilleru playing as the red Berbers. So interesting. They're kind of both playing as camel civs, but camel civs maybe in a different style. Haro's Hindustanis are about the new camels, the powerful camels. And Chanchilaru is about the cheap camels. So are we gonna see the triumph of quality over quantity, or are we gonna see the triumph of quantity over quality? Well, that's a question that we're gonna have to answer. So as by watching the game. So we got 3 on wood for Chanchilaru. So this is telling me that he's planning for a scouts build. Unless he sends another villager onto wood right now. And then who knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's sending another villager onto wood. So this is telling me that he's planning on docking at some point. And he needs the wood for it. Haru has 4 on wood already. And he is sending his villager out to build a dock. So I believe on Singularity, yeah, you can't... It's like 4 lakes in the sense that you can't go around the outside. So he's coming out here and he's going to build a dock. No, he's going to build a house first. Now, it's kind of interesting. I think that players are most suited by building their dock out here. Because as they deplete the fish, the remaining fish are equidistant from their starting point. Whereas if they start here, then as they deplete these fish, they get further and further away. So a single dock can do more, I think, at the tip. So maybe building the dock here can indicate to us that Haro is planning on weird-looking timber. Ah, yes, I will explain. So Haro, I was just going to say that Haro is probably planning on making a few fish, but not a lot. Chanchilaru closer to the tip, but again, still not quite on the tip. So I'm not sure what these guys are afraid of, but they don't want to overinvest. Yes, it is weird-looking timber. These are columns. Remember, this is a singularity. So everything that you see around it is all crushed material from millions of years ago, perhaps. And we're like, what kind of trees live in a singularity? Well, not really anything. So let us have these ruins instead. And these ruins, the players can chop for wood. So the players are chopping these ruins for wood. And the ruins are maybe left over from a doomed civilization whose planet was swallowed up by a black hole when they were still in the classical era and therefore couldn't build spaceships to escape it. Because you can't really stop the black hole, right? You can't fire any weapons at it. You can't trap it in a time dilation field unless you're super advanced. Probably the best way to avoid a black hole is to travel away from it. But in this case, the players are immune to the black hole. These medieval civilizations are. So I don't really Okay, so Chanchilaru he's like, alright, I'm not letting Haro get me this time. I'm going to wall. And he's going to build a little bit more. I think he's going to kind of wall out here and then to here. And he's going to build a second lumber camp. Or maybe he's just going to kind of wall these minerals in. But he doesn't want Haro to hurt him this time like he did last time. Chanchilaru made the mistake of not walling. He sort of underestimated his opponent. And Haro punished him for it. So now Chanchilaru is being more proactive with the walling. Look at all these walls. He's walling here. Looks like he's walling up to his berries. Haru is on his way up to the feudal age. Chanchilaru is not up to the feudal age yet. Chanchilaru is spending more of his time walling. Let's see what Haro's got for walls. He's got no walls. So Haro, we are at 19 pop feudal age, and I think he might have some fishing ships. Yes, he does, as Hindustanis. He's got a villager taking a little bit of shore fish here, too. So Haro wants some kind of really fast scouts build, I think, with fishing ship supports. It's a build order maybe that only Haro would know how to execute. One of those crazy anvil builds. So Chanchilaru's got himself some cute little small walls here. He's walled in this side too. He's probably going to wall across to here. He's got his town center. So Chanchilaru not messing around. It's going to be up a little bit later. But that's okay. So Haro Feudal Age, what's he doing with it? Oh no, he's got an archery range. Interesting. So does Chanchilaru know about that archery range? I mean, you would probably assume that... Okay, Chanchilaru does not know about the archery range. Here he comes. He's looking for what Haro's building is. He's looking for a stable. Oh no, he just misses the archery range. Oh, that is not good. I mean, I guess he'll find it eventually. Haro building this house here. All right, and now Chanchillaru sees the archer range, so he knows. He knows what Haro is doing, and he is building a barracks of his own, but he's not. I don't know if he's going to go stable. I mean, I would assume that he will, because he doesn't have anything on gold. Let's see if Haro has anything on gold. Yeah, Haro's heavily on gold, so we know that Haro's going archers for sure. And neither player has really tried to dock their opponent either. And that's something that we could consider. Like, sometimes people like to walk over here and build a dock and destroy your water. Destroy any fishing ships you have. But I don't think they're going to do it this time. So, here comes Haro. He's got 2 archers, 3 archers, and he's making more, but he's building a blacksmith because he needs to get fletching as soon as possible. So these archers have a little bit of bite. Because without fletching, they're pretty pathetic. But Chanchillaru is walled. Chanchillaru is completely walled. He's not letting Haro mess with him this time. So here is Haro. He takes these villagers off of berries. Chanchillaru doesn't want to lose a villager there. He's making defensive skirmishers. So actually, what is Chanchillaru's plan? Skirmishers are not really a plan, especially not for his civilization, Berbers. Sends the villagers back to work. So now he's coming here with some skirmishers to try and drive Haro off of his wood line. Haro should have fletching. Yeah, he has fletching by now. Chanchillaru's got to get out of there. Doesn't want to lose his villager. And she actually does survive, so he manages to save her. And he's got a villager fighting the Photon Man, which is sort of funny. Because the villager's actually more effective than the skirmishers are. Chanchillaru has to pull this villager back as well. I think that Chanchillaru would have been better off if he had ungarrisoned these skirmishers inside of the walls and fired at the archers. But I think he wanted to be outside for whatever reason. Okay, Chanchillaru has gotten his Photon Man back. And now, because Haro's Photon Man is injured, you know, they can't really fight each other, or at least Haro can't fight Chanchillaru. So Chanchillaru is protecting his wood line now, and he's also building another lumber camp down here, just to make sure that his lumber income is stable. He's got 4 fishing ships. Doesn't look like he wants any more, although he's built another dock, actually, so maybe he does want more. And he's just trying to amass food to get up to the next stage, I think. What's Haro doing? Well, Haro is going into scouts now. Scouts, I tell you. That's crazy. What on earth? He's built a stable, and he's made how many scouts? He's made 1 scout. No, 2 scouts. So he's going archers and then scouts, which is really kind of crazy. And then Chanchillaru can't fight that because his Photon Man is dead. They probably traded. And Chanchillaru just has skirmishers, and skirmishers are allergic to scouts. Haro's Photon Man is still here. So Chanchillaru relocating, and he's going onto stone, and he's building a tower. And he's building it early, because he doesn't want to mess around. And he knows that this tower is going to defend a lot of his resources. It'll defend wood, gold, and stone. So I think Chanchillaru a little bit surprised by Haro's level of aggression here. In really both games, Haro's been very aggressive on these maps, or on the last map, and it worked for him. And now he's being aggressive again here, and Chanchillaru's just like, whoa, bro, slow down. What are you doing? This is supposed to be a chill map. So if you're Chanchillaru, I think what you need to do is you need to build a market. And he's expanding the wall a little bit, which is kind of funny. But he really needs to build a market like right here or something. And then sell some food and click up to the next stage. Yeah, there it is. So there's the market. He's got to send everybody and their brother to it, though. I think Haro knows about this market. And Haro will probably attempt to deny it. Yeah, so Chanchillaru is sending everybody to build it. And so he will get it up. But if Chanchillaru hadn't been paying attention there, this market could have been denied. Haro is Castle Age. That is not good for Chanchillaru. Chanchillaru has been walling or been trying to avoid Haro. Haro with apparently a good archer and scout blend build here. And Chanchillaru are going to build this house, and he's going to use the market And Chanchillery is going to click up too, so we see that Chanchillery has clicked up as well. Chanchillery is playing as the Red Berbers, of course. And Chanchillery going to build another watchtower here. Wants to keep his gold and stone safe. Does not want to have to deal with these archers. I think he's kind of caught off guard by the Hindustani economy here. But I think what he needs now is he needs stables. Yeah, he's going to build stables. The Knight power spike for Berbers is pretty solid. Now he needs to draw these skirmishers back in and then build a house right here. That's what he needs to do. Don't let these skirmishers fight the scouts. Oh no, here come the scouts. All right, so he's building another stable. Chanchillery is before hitting the next stage. He's getting scale barding armor, and he's getting bloodlines as well. So he wants to improve the defenses of his knights. But Hero with very good map control with these archers. I think Chanchillery is surprised. He's going to come out here and take this gold and hope that Hero doesn't notice. Indeed, Hero does not know about it. Hero has lost his... No, Hero has his scout, though, so he has to be careful. Chanchillery has lost his scout. And he's also building another stable. Actually, he's building camels. Wait, what? Oh, Hero is building camels. Probably because he's expecting knights. Let's see what Chanchillery is doing. Yeah, he's got knights in the queue. And he's got the armor in the queue for them as well. So, let's see how many town centers. Hero is one town center all in, actually, surprisingly. So that kind of explains how he can afford to do all of this. And Chanchillery, one town center as well. You know, so often in Alchemy League... Hey, Cookie Pirate! Welcome. We see players building like 5 town centers as soon as they hit Castle Age. But for whatever reason, even though this map is supposed to be our version of Black Forest, you know, the map is pretty easy to wall. It's got big wood lines. It's a defensive map, I feel. They're playing it very aggressively. Okay, Hero is finally building a second town center. I spoke too soon. Hero loves building additional town centers and then making villagers from them. And he's got another dock down here, and he's got more fishing ships that he's made. Chanchillery has gone on to 2 corners. Hero just has this one corner. So, oh, big knight fight here. Almost missed all of it. Chanchillery is going to get a cleanup on Hero. But Hero he's got a big score lead over Chanchillery. He has a large villager advantage. So now if you're Chanchillery, what you got to do is you got to go to Hero's base and you got to look for some damage. He must know that he is behind. But instead he wants to just kill these units and clean this up. I think this is a waste of time. It's only 3 units and he's got... Actually, it's a couple more. 3 more units. Okay, yeah, he leaves these 2 knights to deal with it. And then he's going to send the rest of these out for a raid. So Hero had better be ready. Probably the best opportunity for Chanchillery to raid Hero would be to attack this palisade right here and break in. The problem for Chanchillery is that Hero knows that it's coming and he's got monks. He's got monks and he's got camels, so he's got all the counters that he needs. So unfortunately for Chanchillery, he's not going to find much damage here, unless he does something crazy like he drops a castle back here, which actually would be pretty devastating. Or even a tower. Because if we look at all of Hero's wood, it's like all exposed, right? You could build tower after tower through here. You could actually get a lot of damage in. And Chanchillery having to run before really engaging much doesn't really want to take this fight here. He has a few camels of his own, but he only has 15 on food, so his ability to mass-produce cavalry is somewhat limited. "46 villagers for Chanchillery, 68 villagers." No. Well, okay, so this is including fishing ships. So including fishing ships, It is, it's 56 to 69, which is a big advantage in my opinion. So what does Chanchilleru do about these monks? Well, he could send the skirmishers forward to deal with the monks, actually. Or he could make some light cabs. But it looks like he's trying to send his skirmishers forward to deal with the monks. Big cavalry fight here. With Haro going for some conversions against Chanchilleru. And Chanchilleru being outclassed by these Hindustani camels has to withdraw. He's not able to quite get the numbers that he needs because his opponent has been pressuring him. Haro with a very, very slick feudal age archer and then scout rush that did a lot of damage. This poor camel is trying to kill this monk, but the other monk is healing it faster than it can kill it. So Chanchilleru is pretty much out of army here. He's got one camel left. And probably not for long either, until Haro converts it or kills it. So Chanchilleru does have 2 town centers, though. She needs 56 to 79 villagers now, so Chanchilleru not really having the opportunity to build many more villagers because Haro has not taken his foot off of the gas. Haro with the 2 villagers, or 2 town centers, just constant pressure. I mean, it's true, he's got a couple of docks here, too. Actually, he's got a 3rd town center, I lied. But one thing's for sure, he's invested a lot in military. So Chanchilleru are going to build this castle here. I don't know that I like this castle. What is this castle defending, really? I guess it's kind of just sort of in the middle of his base. You might want to quick wall this, though. Oh, no. No, no, Chanchilleru, no. So Haro going to come here and try to deny this castle. He's going to kill a lot of villagers while they're trying to get this castle up. This is not something that Chanchilleru needs at all. But again, he kind of underestimates Haro's mobility. And garrisons as many villagers as he can, but he's down to 49 villagers against 88. What do Berbers even do against camels? I guess they just do more of their own camels. But if they're behind, then, you know, not a lot of options. I guess they could make pikemen. But how often do you see Berber pikemen in a winning situation? So now Haro going around just raiding camels, just trying to get damage in on Chanchilleru. Chanchilleru is kind of relegated to this area of the map. He can't even really occupy this half of his base because there are monks there. I would love to see Haro walk forward and build a siege workshop, but that's not how these players work anymore. This is game 2. Game 1 was on Asteroid Belt. So the monks are healing the camel riders up, which is helpful. And Haro deciding, yeah, he's not gonna pressure it. He's just gonna build more town centers. More town centers. He elects to boom and go imp. So Haro with 103 villagers. No worries, Cookie Pirate. Yeah, Haro with 107 villagers to 62 villagers. So Haro's resources are such that he can almost afford to click up to the Imperial Age. And I would not be surprised if we saw a university or some Imperial Age building from Haro. Instead we're seeing houses. Probably to answer his call for booming. He's got the monastery. He just needs a siege workshop or a university to go up to the next age. His camels are just diving this town center. I believe that Hindustanis, the camels get a bonus against buildings. Yeah, it's not that great, but it's still fun. Camels and light cavalry units get +2 attack versus buildings. But I don't think we're going to see Haro dive any buildings with these camels. I do think we're going to see him click up. Okay, so he's going to build a castle here and then click up. The castle can satisfy the building requirements for advancing to the next stage. It counts as 2 buildings to click up to the next stage. So you build your castle and then you can click up. Which actually, I don't know how I feel about that. On the one hand, it can enable some crazy strategies. You know, you can do a castle drop and then click up to the next stage. But on the other hand, it can enable some crazy strategies, like enabling a castle drop and then clicking up to the next stage. So Hero on his way up to Imp, over 100 villagers, 149 population. Chanchillaru, let's see where he's at. Chanchillaru getting pikemen. So he is going to go the pikeman route to deal with all of these camels. Or Siege Workshop, Cookie Pirate. You could build a Siege Workshop as well. So Chanchillaru, okay, he does know about this castle, but he's still building his lumber camp there. I guess there's not really any better option for him. He may not realize that Hero's actually not up here. Hero doesn't go up here. He's not up there yet. He is, however, building more stables here and here, and I think that Hero is just planning on the cavalry flood. Yeah, look at all these camels. He's on his way up to the Imperial Age, and he's getting the Castle Age unique technology for Hindustanis, and I'm trying to remember what it is. Grand Trunk Road, all gold income 10% faster. Okay, trading fee reduced to 10%. So this will allow him to trade more efficiently and gain more gold income, which, you know, the Imperial camels are pretty gold expensive. I don't know that Hero is going to do anything different, though. I think he's just going to go camels and power through it. I think that's his plan. He's made a Gulam here, but I don't think the Gulams are going to be a long-term commitment. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay, so Trebuchet, Imperial Age armor, and he's getting heavy camel. He's getting blast furnace. He's getting all of those upgrades. And Chanchillaru, he's going a different route. He's going pikemen and rams. So Chanchillaru wants to push that castle back with Castle Age technology. Maybe it'll work for him. He's certainly spending a lot of resources getting prepared here. Alright, here we go. Here comes the ram train. So Chanchillaru ejecting the pikemen to fight the camels before Hero's upgrades come in, actually. Unfortunately for those pikemen, they are underneath Castle Arrow Fire, and Chanchillaru calls the GG. He's just too far behind. Hero is too far ahead, so Hero actually taking 2 games off of Chanchillaru, who is, by statistics and from history in the league, the better player. So Hero did really well this set. He played phenomenally. So GG, well played to him. Let's take a look at the statistics. 1483 military. Oh yeah, these numbers are kind of arbitrary. So 86 to 59 kill to death ratio. Hero killing. So this is a little bit more telling. 4 versus 1. Not that big of a deal. 5 conversions for Hero. Largest army of 39. Economy, Hero with a much larger economy. Better advance times across the board. Picked up 2 relics. Each had 1 castle. And he boomed up to 134 villagers. So in this case, Hero really just had a very good Feudal Age build. Much better Feudal Age than Chanchillaru did. And he punished Chanchillaru and slowed him down. Did a lot of economic damage. And then capitalized on that advantage. So now we will cast Hydra versus Yosoi Pacho. So let's see. We're going to go actually on Cataclysm first, because that's their first game. So Cataclysm. This map appeared in Alchemy League Season 1, and it's back with a few minor improvements. The starting land here has been elevated, and there's now different biomes available, although it looks like this is the oak forest biome. A few more resources on your starting land as well. Uh-oh. Although it looks like... Oh, no, here it is. There's the gold. Okay. I was worried he was missing his gold. That would have been unfortunate. So, Justinian14223, a.k.a. Yosoi Pacho, is playing as the purple Japanese, and Hyder is playing as the gray Lithuanians. So, usually players build... oh, I like this. Hyder's building his town center to trap this villager in, guaranteeing that the town center will go up. But he's kind of got to stick around for a little bit. Just make sure that nobody comes in here and picks on his villager. He's out looking for more villagers. Guys, remember that this is the nomad version. Actually, this Photon Man can't hurt anything, because he's the nomad version. He's got 130 health, but he has terrible vision. This is to help the map remain a little bit of a surprise. We'd like to have nomad maps where it's kind of a little bit of a mystery. What's Yosoi Pacho doing? He's going to build his dock here. So he's not building it on the island. He is building it on the mainland. So, Cataclysm, what's going on? This moon has fallen into its planet. And there's a big ruined area here. And that's where all the relics are. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 relics in here. Lots of stone and gold out here. And a little bit of stone and gold out here, but largely forest. Forest and open space. So sometimes the players go down here to get the stone and gold. Sometimes the players go up here to get the space and the wood. It just all depends on what you want to do. And the variety. So Lithuanians versus Japanese. I would love to see a monk battle on this map over the relics. I really think that's what this is about. I really think this is about the monk siege push. Now you could go knights and you could use mobility and you could go around and stuff, but really, like, when standard victory is on the table, why would you go anything else? Why would you not just get these relics and then do a monk rush just to keep your opponent busy for a while you win the relic victory? You know, maybe they ultimately outboom your monk rush, right? But it doesn't matter, because the time that it takes them to do that, it's Justinian stealing Hyder's goose, it looks like. Hyder looking for it. The time that it takes them to boom behind your monk rush, you've already won. You've won your relic victory. So we already see a fishing ship here. I think that Hyder picked this maybe because of the Lithuanian Instadock, though. Although he only has one fishing ship himself. He is making another one. Let's talk about the players a little bit. Hyder is from Italy, and Justinian14223, Yosoi Pacho, I believe, is from Colombia. Hyder has been with us since the very beginning. He's among our most loyalist of supporters in the community. He even helps to cast the league, which is why I try to cast his games when they come in, because he won't cast himself. He thinks that it's awkward. And I think it's pretty awkward to cast yourself as well. So I completely understand. Yosoi Pacho is new to this season of the league, but hopefully he likes it. Hopefully he's happy and he comes back for more. I think he actually did sign up for the next season of the league. Let me check on that real quick. Yeah, he did actually. So he seemed to enjoy it. He's coming back for the next season of the league, so that's good. Either that or he hates it, and he wants to find a good way to punish himself because he's a glutton for punishment. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Look at him coming over here looking for a lame, though. He's basically set his scout on patrol. Oh, Hyder doing this very elaborate boar lure where he builds a foundation to block the boar. And Yosoi Pacho has got his scout here. He's gonna try to block the villager. Hyder garrisoning in the town center to kill the scout, and he actually succeeds, but Hyder loses a villager. So it's basically a scout for a villager. I think I would call that a worthwhile trade. Let's see what Yosoi Pacho's understanding of the map is. So he's got a decent understanding of the map, but now he's not going to know what Hyder's up to, and that's the tricky part. So Hyder coming in here looking for damage as well. Kind of looping around. Luckily for Yosoi Pacho, Hyder came along the wrong side of this town center here. And Hyder's just kind of hanging out right here. Lumber camp coming up for Yosoi Pacho. Not really because you need this location, but because a lumber camp is a good building to have. It's very easy to forget to build a lumber camp on Nomad because you can just build the lumber camp. You know, you can just build your town center right on a wood line. So he's got... Hyder's basically... Okay, I see what it is. So Hyder wants revenge, and he's camping this boar, maybe? No, I don't think so, actually. I guess he's given up on his revenge. He's going to kind of look around. Found this goose. So both players on their way up to the feudal age. Hyder's going to be a little bit ahead of Yosoi Pacho. Yosoi Pacho, he comes out here and he's going to build another dock. So the plan is for him to invest significantly in Navy. He has just been through here, so he knows that Hyder has a lot of fishing ships. He scouted it out. Hyder has 2 docks. Now, luckily, Hyder's going to be up to the feudal age first. So Hyder will be able to get a head start on making those ships to defend. And he has 2 docks as well. So Yosoi Pacho does not really have a dock advantage. And Hyder's transport ship is right here. And this transport ship is just kind of here to maybe block these fishing ships or make them a little bit less efficient. And he's got to go around. But he's certainly monitoring them. So both... Okay, so Yosoi Pacho is going to build a 3rd dock. They're really going to slug it out for water. Hyder getting feudal age first, and he wants to go Lithuanian galleys. So that means that we're gonna see a blacksmith from Hyder pretty soon because he's going to need to get fletching. If I'm Hyder, I delete these 2 wall segments and I build a blacksmith right here. But maybe he might build his blacksmith up front or something like that. He might build it right here. Where is Hyder's blacksmith going to be? Don't tell me he's building it on the island. That's so silly. That's so silly. Why not have it as a wall? Does he really... Is he really... Oh, nope. Sorry, we've got too much food. We can't take any more box turtles. Nope. We're going to spend our time building out here instead. Maybe that's what Hyder was thinking. What's this? Transport ship coming back from Yosoi Pacho to figure out the latest on Hyder's fishing prospects. Meanwhile, Hyder is sending his galleys out across the map. He's going to look for Yosoi Pacho. Yosoi Pacho's feudal age, though, and they are actually both going galleys. So it's going to be a mirror galley matchup, which makes a lot of sense. Japanese galleys have more vision. Yosoi Pacho is going to pick on this transport ship. Hyder's got to save the transport ship. If he doesn't, this villager will be stuck here for forever. Villager just fishing now. But no, the transport ship goes down, and that means that Hyder's villager is stuck on this island for all time. Or at least until the end of the game, or until it's killed, or until Hyder builds a new transport ship and moves it home. But I don't think he'll do that. Blacksmith is up, so what does he care? So let's look at Hyder's ships to see if they have the upgrade. They do. So Hyder's gotten fletching, and Yosoi Pacho, he does not have fletching yet, so he's going to need that. And I think Yosoi Pacho should be close to getting it, if not already getting it. Let's see. So he's more concerned about the mass. And holy walls. He wants to wall that off, too, to prevent Hyder from getting in and messing with him. So Hyder could actually take a fight here. But Yosoi Pacho is coming around this way. He wants to sneak attack Hyder and kill his fishing ships. That's really what he wants the most. Now, what's this? Did I see flags on that transport ship? That would be kind of weird, unless he was transporting like a goat or something. Or I don't think it's goats. I think it's pigs on this map. Pigs or sheep or something. Alright. So here they come. These are not equipped to fight enemy ships. But I don't think he cares too much about that. I mean, I guess he's fighting here. But he's really on a major raid to attack Hyder. Maybe Hyder's a little bit suspicious, because he feels like his opponent should have more ships than he does. So this is a smart move from Yosoi Pacho here. Breaks off some of his navy. Kind of flirts around, wastes a little bit of time over here protecting his own fishing economy. And now he's going to sneak attack Hyder. Hyder He's still got his gather point set all the way on the other side of the map, so here come the ships. Do they have the range upgrade yet? No, they do not. But here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Hyder fleeing the last one, moving it toward the rest of his navy. Hyder has built another dock forward here. But Hyder, pretty much just like that, loses almost all of his fishing. So now he's going to go on to stone. So let's take a look at Hyder's resources, because this kind of tells me that he's thinking about the next stage. He's got to withdraw from this side. He's almost surrounded in a way. Is Yosoi Pacho just going to sit here and pick off the reinforcements? He does not have fletching yet. So that's a big advantage for Hyder still. He's able to micro these ships down. Is Yosoi Pacho planning on getting fletching anytime soon? He does have a blacksmith, so that's a good start. But I don't see the technology selected at all. Yeah, not selected yet. I think he's forgotten about it, which is unfortunate for him. Because if he had it, he probably could have finished Hyder off by now. At least on water. And he could definitely be more annoying here. Hyder going to relocate to this lumber camp. He's also continuing production of the galleys. These players are continuing to do the galley mirror. Yosoi Pacho still no fletching. Yeah, I think he's just forgotten about it. Oh well. Yosoi Pacho with a slight score lead over Hyder. Hyder able to maintain a little bit of a... Well, I guess he's still in this. Let's see, 37 villagers. Well, total. Yeah, Hyder has 37 villagers. And has clicked up to the next stage, whereas Yosoi Pacho has 45 villagers. And has also clicked up to the next stage. Just behind Hyder. Never got fletching. Never needed fletching, I guess. Don't need it. I just have so many galleys. I'm Japanese. So the question is, what does this game become when Hyder reaches Castle Age? Hyder has transitioned into farms fully, as you can see. Yosoi Pacho, no farms. He's won water, or at least he's protecting his ships. And he's doubling down on water. Look at this. He's building a 4th dock. Guys, I don't know how I feel about this dock. I think this dock is a mistake. I think that Hyder does not have enough on water to justify making this dock. And I don't think Yosoi Pacho has enough, to go for on water to justify it. Maybe if Yosoi Pacho knew that he was going to get Castle Age and pick up all these relics first, and then sneak away on a transport ship and build a monastery here, then that makes sense. Because then he could just circle this with galleys until winning the relic victory. But he doesn't know that. I think that this battle is a land battle now. Hyder has given up on water. I don't think Hyder will get any more advancements. There's nothing to fight for. And we see that Hyder has built 2 archery ranges, and somehow Yosoi Pacho has this forward villager. I'm not exactly sure why. Let's check the Fog of War to see if that can give us any... Okay, he sent this villager forward because he's interested in what Hyder's up to. And he sees the double ranges from Hyder. So Hyder's going crossbow, it looks like. No, he's going cavalry archer? What? He's going cavalry archer, and he's going to make a monastery, and he's going to make monks. Alright, well, I don't really understand the cavalry archers at all. I think that that's a pretty ridiculous idea. But we'll see. I mean, he is much better at Age of Empires than I am, so... he's probably got a plan of some kind. Who knows? Maybe it's a good plan. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what he needs. Like, what does it get him? Like, the fight is right here. I mean, maybe he thinks he's going to come around this side. Actually, you know what it is? Maybe Hyder doesn't know that Yosoi... Yeah, Hyder does not know that Yosoi Pacho is fully walled. That's probably it. If he knew, nobody would go cavalry archers if they knew this. Can these cavalry archers slip through here, though? Yosoi Pacho surely wants to wall this off. It's going to build another Lumber. Oh, there's a hole in the wall. There's a hole in the wall. That is not good. They're both going cavalry archers. Oh, come on. Give me a break. So Yosoi Pacho sacrificing some villagers to plug that up. And then he's going to fight these cavalry archers with the villagers of his own. Oh my goodness. So Hyder going to withdraw. It's got to come through here. But this is an expensive hole right here. And there's a hole here too. He really just needs to close that up entirely. And then hope that Hyder doesn't figure out that he's taking wood here. Hyder is not making villagers. He has 8 on villagers, and he's just all in cavalry archers from the ranges. That is a very strange choice. I mean, I think monks, it would be worth doing this for monks, but for cavalry archers? Okay, so Hyder is collecting the relics, so I think he's just doing this in the context of setting up a relic victory. That's what he desires. So Yosoi Pacho wants to plug this up. He does not want Hyder slipping in this way. Hyder more so just buying himself map control, I guess. Yosoi Pacho coming out this side. And Hyder with a very aggressive castle. Oh my goodness. He's playing for the relics, you guys. He's not making villagers. He's not bothering to expand his economy. He's just all in. So Yosoi Pacho is going to come out to this gold, and he's come out to this gold rather sneakily. Hyder did not see that. Now this castle is going to prevent Yosoi Pacho from taking gold here. And that's why these cavalry archers have to stick around. They have to stick around to allow Hyder to get this castle up. And Yosoi Pacho wanting to micro and prevent the castle from going up with his cavalry archers. I think that the castle will go up. I think the castle could have been built backward a little bit more. These cavalry archers can't really fight this scorpion when there's like 4 villagers repairing it. But Hyder doesn't have to win. He just has to buy time for the castle to go up. There's 3 relics currently under Hyder's control. He's looking to pick up the last 2. Castle goes up. Yosoi Pacho has to abandon this area. And now Hyder should go off and look and see where else Yosoi Pacho is taking gold. But he's going to build a town center on this gold instead. So Hyder really going for the moon. He seems not like in a figurative sense, although like kind of in a figurative sense as well. But he's building another town center here for security reasons. Okay, he is making a few more villagers now. This town center will help him secure this gold. So now Hyder coming up this way, and he's going to see that Yosoi Pacho is taking gold here now. At least unless he stops short. Yeah, here he comes. So he's going to discover it. He actually doesn't even know there's a gold up there, which is probably why he hasn't checked it yet. Because he doesn't know. Okay, now he sees the mining camp. So then he's going to see his opponents taking gold up here, and he's going to want to put a stop to it. He's got this goose. Okay, so it was actually geese. Now he's building another town center here. So Hyder basically says, I'm not going to do anything with more town centers are booming. I'm going to get the relics, and then I'm going to boom and defend. I think that's what his plan is. Unfortunately for Hyder, Yosoi Pacho actually has a number of cavalry archers, and he's going to deny this town center. Hyder has to get out of there. So he's got to send his cavalry archers back. And Hyder cannot afford this loss. He's down 8 villagers to Yosoi Pacho, till he sends his cavalry archers. And now Hyder has triggered the relic victory. So Yosoi Pacho is on a timer. He's on a timer to make something happen. Yosoi Pacho has built a siege workshop. The castle... Actually, this siege workshop was used to make the scorpion, so I guess it's not a new development. I was just looking at it because the castle decided to attack it instead of the town center, for some strange reason. So this is completely walled off. Yosoi Pacho cannot go through here without giving Hyder some warning. You know, he could always attack the wall and chisel his way through, but then Hyder would know. So what do we got here? We got some stables. Stables for Japanese knights. We got a stable in a university. So what's Yosoi Pacho doing with the university? Oh, he's probably going to get ballistics. Hyder focusing down those scorpions with his cavalry archers, and then Yosoi Pacho is going to build a siege workshop here. So he's a little afraid, I think, of this relic timer. Relics are also acting as 5 villagers on gold directly that cannot be raided. Hyder building another castle here to secure his monastery. His villagers have to withdraw from the stone. He also has a couple of monks to help him convert. Yeah, got a lot of cavalry archers here as the Lithuanians. Does anybody know if the Lithuanians get a cavalry archer bonus? I don't think they do. Let's check. I think people just like playing them. No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, just generic cavalry archers. Big cavalry archer battle here, though. Hyder coming in to try to find a way to prevent Yosoi Pacho from taking this gold. It's true. His prospects would be a lot... Oh, alright, well this castle will be a good way. Hyder playing very aggressively with the relics to try to buy himself maximum time. Now, Hyder, I don't think, knows about this ram here. He doesn't know... Yeah, he does not know about this ram. He doesn't know about the siege workshop. He doesn't know what Yosoi Pacho is up to. This castle is going to be pretty annoying. 8+2 range. So here come the rams. Hyder basically forcing these cavalry archers to fight here. And Yosoi Pacho building a tower to defend his gold. Hyder's going to see that. He's going to try to focus it down and prevent the villagers from completing the tower. And the castle goes up. Oh my goodness, what a mess. So the castle goes up, the villagers flee. There are 2 rams at the base of the castle. All that Hyder has to do now is make petards or maybe even a lightus. But he's just going to repair. He's actually going to destroy the tower. He's going to garrison the cavalry archers in the tower to more quickly destroy it, and then he's going to task the villagers to destroy the ram. It's a very desperate fight here. The castle is heavily damaged. Will it go down? We got a big villager battle here as Yosoi Pacho is trying to repair the ram and keep the ram up, and Hyder is trying to destroy it. Hyder has a mangonel rolling forward, and he just barely manages to destroy that ram. So now Yosoi Pacho has no gold, and he has no relics. So very, very, very close fight here underneath this castle. I think that's gonna allow Hyder to win. But then again, Yosoi Pacho does have the score lead. Yosoi Pacho's laughing. Hyder's laughing. I'm glad they're hopefully these are tears of joy that they're shedding. Another ram advancing to the base of the castle. It's actually gonna take a pot shot at this mangonel first. Gets a good hit on the mangonel. Hyder's got to get out of there. Lithuanians rock. I don't even know if it was a Lithuanian bonus that did anything there. I think it's just Hyder playing the map. So Hyder getting the unique technology for the Lithuanians, whatever that is. Hill forts, town centers +3 range. That'll help him avoid raids. Maybe that's why you're saying the Lithuanians rock, is so that it's harder for Hyder to be raided on this moon. He's going to build another town center on this gold. So Hyder was really all in at first. He got the military presence. He wanted to get the relics. He even sacrificed the construction of villagers. And it's paying off for him now. He has excellent gold access. Yosoi Pacho cannot really take gold. I guess there is one small gold right here that Yosoi Pacho could take. It's got 414. So it's something, but he's not there yet. Yosoi Pacho very heavily invested in water too. I don't see any more water action from... Oh, okay, he's over here making sure that Hyder never comes back on water. And indeed, Hyder is not planning to. The fight is over here as far as Hyder is concerned. Now let's see what Yosoi Pacho has, because he hasn't resigned yet. He's planning on something. He's got 3 rams, and he's made a knight, and oh, big cavalry archer raid. Big cavalry archer raid on his wood line. This is actually very unfortunate here, because I'm not really sure what Yosoi Pacho can do about this, and yeah, he calls the GG. Hyder got him good this time. And Yosoi Pacho says, you really know these maps, and it's true. Hyder's experienced with this map because he played in Alchemy League Season 1, so he's had some time to think about it. And Yosoi Pacho also calling the GG because what are the chances that he's able to stop this relic victory? Not so great. So let's take a look at the statistics. Hyder with 95 kills and 83 deaths, raising 5 buildings and actually losing 9. So Hyder lost more buildings than Yosoi Pacho did, but it didn't matter. And Hyder's army was smaller as well. I think a lot of this is actually ships, though, that Yosoi Pacho couldn't use. I think Yosoi Pacho overinvested in navy. Yosoi Pacho with more food and wood collected, Hyder with more stone and gold collected, which makes sense considering that Hyder built on the moon and Yosoi Pacho prioritized the planet. Hyder with better feudal and castle age times, albeit very slight. In terms of society, Hyder got the 5 relics, 3 castles, and over 2,000 relic gold, both with 89 villager high. And we can see that Justinian occupies, or Yosoi Pacho occupies the majority of this timeline, and yet Hyder was victorious. So now we're going to do game 2, which is Neptune. So Neptune, what's so special about this map? Well, this map is basically our take on Oasis. We see Yosoi Pacho immediately loading up into the transport ship. What's that all about? Maybe he feels that the transport ship is a little bit faster. Can use it to take some pigs here. So we got Goth versus Chinese. So Yosoi Pacho is playing as the purple Chinese, and Hyder is playing as the gray Goth. So this is basically Oasis with a twist. And that twist is that you can kind of sail through the middle of the map. Your transport ship is immortal. It can die, but if it dies, it always respawns. Hyder coming forward with a villager here in this transport ship. I'm not really sure what this is all about. This could be a lame attempt if Yosoi Pacho is not careful. So this transport ship much faster than a walking villager. So Hyder could wall this villager in and then lame the elephant, and he might do that. Or he might do something different. I'm not sure. We'll have to keep an eye out. See what happens. Cookie Pirate doesn't like this map a whole lot. Fair enough. Hyder picking up a couple of pigs in his laming operations. And Yosoi Pacho looking to steal Hyder's pigs. Is he going to get it? No, because Hyder's got his scout next to the pigs. So Yosoi Pacho can't steal them, which is kind of funny. He tried. He tried. Alright, he's going to build a lumber camp. Meanwhile, let's see. Hyder's transport ship just coming back. I'm not sure what the villager is all about. Like, I don't know why he sent the villager as well. So I like Goths on this map. I think that Man-at-Arms plus Towers would be a lot of fun. Oh. Yosoi Pacho being bombarded by the invisible units, the Storms of Neptune in the center. It doesn't matter if it destroys an empty transport ship, because the empty transport ship can just respawn, but if there are units in it, they die. So let's talk about the civilization matchup. Late game, this is a disaster for Chinese. Goths, hard counter infantry. Now, this is the old Chinese. Chinese are going to get an overhaul, and they'll probably be OP after the overhaul, I can only imagine. But Goths get the Huskarls, they get the cheaper infantry. I feel like they could really overrun the Chinese. Although the Chinese do have the Scorpions, so that could be pretty powerful. But then the Goths get Bombard Cannons. So I really think that... Oh. What is this? Did you guys see that? Hyder attempting to lame the elephant with his own villager, doing extra damage to it. What is this? I don't even know. I think he's just kind of screwing around. He did manage to pick up another pig, I think. So the gods have all the answers to the Chinese late game. But you have to get there. And the Chinese have a better economy. They have more options earlier on. If the Goths get to that Zerg run, you're playing as Chinese and your opponent is Goths, and they get to that stage where they're just pumping infantry out, then you've already lost. You did not do what you needed to do to prevent the Goths from getting there. The Goths don't get stone walls for that exact reason. You do not want to let the Goth machine churn. But the Goths can also have a pretty potent man-at-arms rush, or drush. We'll just have to see what they do. I don't know what they're doing here. I think Yosoi Pacho's trying to steal these pigs, but Hyder is wise to him and not allowing it, and Hyder has not ejected these pigs. Maybe because he doesn't want Yosoi Pacho knowing that he stole the pigs. I'm not really sure what's going on. Why Hyder is camping this transport ship with 4 pigs underneath his town center instead of ejecting the pigs and then using the transport to monitor his opponent, and the scout for that matter. Hyder on his way up to the feudal age. I don't think we're going to see man-at-arms. Yeah, I think it's going to be fast castle from Hyder. He's got 3 villagers on gold, and he's got a lot dedicated to food. Here he comes. What is this? So he's got another villager in the transport ship, but it's a new villager. He offloaded the injured villager. So the hurt villager is right here. This guy. Oops. So there he is, and Hyder has a new villager out. And what's the purpose of that villager? And why didn't Hyder eject the pigs? I wish to know these things. Maybe he has some moral principle, like he doesn't want to fully lame his opponent. He just wants to take the pigs but not eat them himself. So Yosoi Pacho has built a barracks. Hyder is building a barracks. I don't know if Yosoi Pacho... Let's take a look at his fog of war to see if he knows that this barracks is going up. He does not. The barracks that Hyder is building is just outside of his vision. So Hyder is feudal age. Yosoi Pacho is about to be feudal age. And neither player is building any units yet. Although Hyder will probably make military units out of this barracks as soon as it goes up. Usually that is the sort of thing that somebody does when they build a forward building. So Yosoi Pacho is making an archery range. He's afraid of the Goth spam. Who could blame him? Goths are very dangerous. And Hyder was very aggressive toward him last game. At least in the area in kind of a weird area that he wasn't expecting. So why not play a little bit cautious? Yosoi Pacho building an archer. And Hyder is making... Let's see. He's making something. Can't quite see. Okay, he is going to go man-at-arms. I think that this is slow. He's doing 4 man-at-arms on Yosoi Pacho. Yosoi Pacho's already going to have a couple of archers out, though. I think he needs to commit. I think he needs to have towers and stuff if he's going to really go this route. And he needs to deny resources again, because denying the gold is what allowed him to win last game. Yosoi Pacho was using the market to try to maintain the gold income that he needed, and it didn't work so great. You know, he went bankrupt. Okay, so here are the man-at-arms. I don't think Yosoi Pacho has scouted them or spotted them in any way. Let's take a look at his point of view. Actually, he does know about them. So he knows where the man-at-arms are, and you can see that because he's quick-walling here. And he's got to send these villagers someplace safe. Yeah, there they go. So these villagers are running down that way. And the man-at-arms are trying to get in. Oh, no, they're not trying. They're going to run. They don't want the archers. They're like, okay, yeah, no thanks. Now, I believe that Hyder could just... oh, that's a stone gate. Hyder could attack the palisade gate and break through pretty easily. Yosoi Pacho breaks off the chase, which is a mistake. Oh, Hyder garrisoning in the transport ship. Help the man-at-arms get around faster. So this is a transport ship to improve the speed of the man-at-arms. So they can run away from the archers that counter them. Which is kind of funny. You need more houses to continue unit production. Good to know. So somebody's housed. Yosoi Pacho, I believe. Yeah. Because we're on his point of view. So Hyder not really be able to find much damage here. Hyder doing the whole Gothic man-at-arms, 4 man-at-arms. You know, they're a little bit cheaper. But Yosoi Pacho has archers ready in time. I actually think there could be an opening somewhere. So Hyder probably will eject over here and then attack something. He's waiting for Yosoi Pacho to send military to his base. Oh, he's just going to eject them and attack that mill. So meanwhile, let's look at what Yosoi Pacho is doing. Yosoi Pacho has the archers loaded up in this transport ship. And this is kind of dangerous. Now, luckily for Hyder, he knows that it's coming. But these archers could easily eject here. And pick off some villagers. Yeah, and Hyder has to be careful. He has to withdraw from this gold. Now, he has some archers present. But Yosoi Pacho outnumbers him. So Hyder can probably go back to his gold now. So luckily Hyder had this defensive force here. If he didn't, this transport ship would have sailed right into Hyder's woodline, I think. And some villagers could have died. Man-at-arms ejecting, getting a couple swings, going back in. It looks like over here, Hyder has managed to force a tower down from Yosoi Pacho. So that's a good win for Hyder, although Yosoi Pacho still has the score lead. Makes sense, Chinese economy is a little bit better than Gothic economy. And Hyder pulling this back. Maybe he suspects there are still some villagers over here. He might actually be able to find them. Let's take a look from Hyder's point of view. Oops. He's chasing that transport ship around. And if he saw the mill here, and he knew that there were villagers running away. Yeah, he knew that there are villagers running away, so he should know that there's something up here. Presumably fishermen, so he could come over here and check these resources. And he knows about those resources, too. So I think it'd be worth it for him to check that. Meanwhile, Yosoi Pacho being a pain, ejecting, and he manages to get a villager pickoff. Now, if Hyder can destroy this transport ship or trap it somehow... oops. Another villager goes down. The archers are just infinitely more effective in these transport ships. I think they're a big buff to archers. It's headed up this way. Hyder not doing anything with his transport ship, even though Yosoi Pacho is just right over here. Will he find him? Nope, doesn't find him. And Yosoi Pacho sending these archers out to accompany these villagers and keep them safe. He probably assumes that Hyder had found that. Hyder looking to come in here through an overchop or something. Oh, he's blocking the wall, so Yosoi Pacho's going to wall behind. That is somewhat lucky for Yosoi Pacho that Hyder did not spot that and rush in or eject. So Hyder's got a tower here to keep his gold miners safe, and he's going to station his military next to the lumber camp. So Hyder's transport ship still on the prowl, looking for damage. I think he will discover this mill, but it'll be too late. At that point, Yosoi Pacho has emptied out a lot of food. Both players on their way up to the castle age, though. Yosoi Pacho is 75% of the way there, and Hyder is about halfway. Hyder's made another skirmisher. I'll be interested to see what Hyder does with castle age. You know, both players have built a tower, so it'll be harder to boom. They might buy some stone and build some town centers or a castle. I think a castle would really help Hyder out a lot. Huskarls with the armor upgraded just run through bases. They're just so hard to deal with as raiding units. Yosoi Pacho is Castle Age. Yosoi Pacho getting Crossbowmen, Bodkin, and Bloodlines, interestingly enough. So perhaps he's planning on making cavalry at some point. Crossbow's trying to get a good shot at this transport, but it's just too fast. It slips away. And defensive siege workshop now. Hyder Castle Age as well. And what's the plan for Hyder? He's going cavalry armor. So Hyder's going to make knights? That's a strange choice. As Goths. I guess they do get fully upgraded knights. And he's got to build some houses. Because he's housed. And he's building a second stable. So it's more than just a raiding commitment for him. You know what he might do? Is he might use this transport ship. And he might load the knights into it. But make his opponent think that it's still the man-at-arms. Oh no, Hyder, not like this. Not like this, Hyder. So you could do the funniest thing ever. Hyder could garrison knights in this. Ungarrison the man-at-arms. But the last thing that his opponent saw in it were man-at-arms. So his opponent would think that it was man-at-arms. And then he could ungarrison the knights instead. Yeah, Hyder really needs to get away here. But he's distracted. He's busy booming. There's a market here to help him rebalance his economy. Transport ship for Yosoi Pacho, presumably with more crossbows in it. Yep, 10 crossbowmen. You could fit as many crossbowmen in here as you wanted, really. So I guess it doesn't matter. Another town center, so Hyder at least 2 town centers, 2 stables. Middle of the road, I think. Yosoi Pacho has spotted the knights, so now he is wise to what Hyder is doing. Yosoi Pacho has stonewalled in his stone miners, so building a castle seems very important to him. He has 9 on stone, which is indicative of ambitions for a castle. Do Chokunu make a lot of sense here? I guess they do. You know, you really do want Chokunu when you're fighting Goths, and here's why. Because the Chokunu fire additional arrows, and so the first arrow of a Chokunu in general for like an upgraded Gothic Huskarl, it'll only do 1 damage anyway. So because... Oh no! Massive damage here. Hyder not paying attention, losing 4 villagers. Garrison, garrison, garrison. He doesn't even garrison. Ouch! That hurts big time for Hyder. Not paying attention. The transport ship soaked up all the damage. So anyway, the Chokunu fires additional arrows. I think they fire like 3 or 4 arrows. In the non-elite version. And the elite version fires like 5 or 6. That might be an exaggeration, but the point is that because the first arrow against a high pierce armor target, like the Huskarl, only does 1 damage anyway, additional arrows, which must do a minimum of 1 damage, and do a minimum of 1 damage, look at it this way. They're like tripling or quadrupling the damage output of that unit against a high pierce armor target. So that's why Chokunus are good against units like Rams, is because they are not... It's not because their attack is so good it's overpowering the defenses of the Ram. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's because they've got these small attacks, but they're making lots of them. Because Chokunus are like machine gun archers. So Hyder with a big mass of knights here, coming for a counterattack maybe, to drive Yosoi Pacho away. Both these players want knights for some reason. I don't really understand it at all. I think Hyder would be well served by having the same number of Huskarls running through his opponent's base. So I don't really get the knights. And you got the transport ship to make those Huskarls faster too. You don't need the mobility of knights here. So Yosoi Pacho offloading on top of Hyder's town center. He's definitely playing the map better with this transport sneak attack. I think Hyder is not well prepared for that. Or maybe he's just not good at dealing with it. I'm not sure. But Yosoi Pacho has gotten like 15 villagers, I would say, because of this transport ship. Maybe not quite 15, but between 10 and 15 villagers, easily. Let's take a look at villager counts. Hyder with 32 villagers and Yosoi Pacho with 58 villagers. So Yosoi Pacho definitely with a big villager advantage over Hyder. So castle drop from Yosoi Pacho. Chinese, it's a good castle. It pressures Hyder's stone, pressures his gold. I mean, Hyder does have some presence here, so Yosoi Pacho will have to back this up. But he does have a transport ship with some crossbows. And it looks like he's building a monastery as well. Yeah, he's building a monastery and he's making some knights. So I'm not exactly sure what the monastery is for. Maybe he sees the relic here. Let's check. Yeah, maybe he's like, oh, there's a relic here. I might as well make a monk and pick up a relic and maybe convert a knight or something. That's probably the philosophy. He's going to build another stable. He just wants to give himself a little bit more time to make sure that he's extra ready. Because if he botches this castle drop, it'll bring Hyder back into the game. So castle going up. And does Hyder see it? I don't know that Hyder even sees it. Let's check the fog of war. Nope, Hyder has none the wiser. He does not know that this castle is being built. He's too busy messing around over here. Okay, now he sees it. He sends the knights over. But Yosoi Pacho is ready for him. He's got a transport ship with just a ton of stuff in it. And it unloads, and all of a sudden his opponent has an army. Now he is still going to kill quite a number of villagers here, but he can't stick around. He's got to get away, and he only got a few knights left. So Yosoi Pacho with a little bit of a sneak attack there, playing the transport ship quite well. Yosoi Pacho coming back with his army, ungarrisoning it, catching Hyder's army out of position, and annihilating it, basically. Only one skirmisher barely gets away. Hyder builds a castle of his own on top of his gold. I think that it might be too late, though. Hyder withdrawing from that castle foundation, he sees Yosoi Pacho, and he knows that it's Yosoi Pacho's army. Oh my goodness, that was so close. That transport ship almost went down and brought like 30 units with it. Hyder destroying it now. But that was very close. If that transport ship had gone down like that, it probably would have flipped the score. Hyder cannot get this castle up. He's going to try, though. He's going to try. The tower's about to go down. And I think Hyder's almost GG here. Also, yeah, I think he's almost GG. I was going to say Yosoi Pacho looks to be going for relics as well, but he does not have them all. Villager count, Hyder has 53 to Yosoi Pacho's 89. Yosoi Pacho has not refreshed his mining camp, and he's fortifying this side too. Hyder's got a transport ship, but he's not paying it much mind. He's going to boom some more. He's going to build a town center here. And I don't know how Hyder managed to keep this tower up, but he did. Hyder calling the GG. He just can't get his castle up, and his opponent is too far ahead. Let's take a look at the statistics. So 61 kills for Hyder and 78 deaths. Buildings, raised versus lost, very similar. Largest army, a bit larger for Yosoi Pacho, but he was really using that transport ship to surprise Hyder. Popping out, killing a bunch of villagers, going away for a while. Just Yosoi Pacho with more resources collected around the board. Hyder with a better feudal age time, but not by much, really. And same thing for Yosoi Pacho. They had similar advancement times. Yosoi Pacho had much better map exploration and research count, however, which we would expect of a Chinese player. 2 castles for Yosoi Pacho, 1 relic collected, and 95 villager high to 56. And Yosoi Pacho very slowly strangling Hyder and removing him from the game. So guys, that is all that I have for you today. I really appreciate everybody that tuned in and supported the stream, is interested in the content. Good games. They were exciting. A lot of stuff happened. There were a lot of really fun plays, well-matched opponents. I'm very pleased about how Alchemy League Season 5 has turned out, and I hope that you will consider signing up for Alchemy League Season 6, whose registrations are currently open until the 30th of March, 2025. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and hopefully I will see you again soon to bring you more Alchemy League content.